Shindo Life Bloodlines. Obviously one of the most important parts of the game, and probably something that people need to know more about, because it feels like a lot of people do not know how to get certain bloodlines. And today I'm going to be teaching you guys everything you need to know how to get any bloodline you want in Shindo Life. Subscribe and hit that bell if you enjoyed this video, because your boy uploads the best Shindo Life videos. Join my Discord server for free Game Pass giveaways, private server codes, and more. And join my Roblox group, and if you join that, go to the group store and buy the merch from there to help support me. And yeah, our like goal is going to be 300 likes, everyone, so like the video right now for any bloodline you want. And yeah, you guys, let's begin. So first things first, we need to talk about the regular bloodlines for a second. So regular bloodlines, obviously you get these in the easiest way possible. You spin for them. Now the spins you get are based on the rarity. So for an example, you are way more likely to get one of these 5 bloodlines here: stone, flame, shock, liquid, and air, and steam, instead of a bloodline like Rise or Akuma, but you still get them the same way by spinning for them. Now if you want to make your chances of getting these rare bloodlines easier, you can actually buy the ×2 bloodline pass, but it's gonna end up costing a pretty big buck, like over 3,000 Robux, so keep that in mind. But then there's a question. But here's the thing about that, you guys. There are certain bloodlines that are so powerful that they're not even weak enough to be in the spins. What do I mean by this? Well, a great example would be Shindai Ren or Shindai Ren Yang. This is considered a god bloodline, and you cannot obtain this bloodline from spinning Shindai Ren or Shindai Ren Yang. So this brings up the question, how do you get a bloodline like Shindai Ren? Well, there's one way you can get these bloodlines, by going to the main missions and scrolling down until you find the bosses. Forge, Shindai, and Kagoku, or I don't think Kagoku, but Forge and Shindai are the only ways you could get the Shindai Ren and Forge bloodline. You cannot get these from spinning. Now Kagoku and Jinshiki are kind of different. Jinshiki and Kagoku you can actually get from spinning. But wait a second. But what about a bloodline like Ryuji or Ryuji Kenichi here? Why isn't this spinnable? Well, here's the thing about that. It goes into a category of bloodlines called limiteds, and you can only get limiteds when they're in the Relcoin shop. As you can see here, it changes every 4 hours, and there's a chance that will be a good bloodline that you can get like Ryuji. But again, there's still one more category that we need to talk about: true limiteds. But wait, we just talked about limiteds. No. We're talking about true limiteds. What are true limiteds? Well, let's take a look at this bloodline for a second. Shindai Ren Yang. I talked about Shindai Ren, but what in the world is this? Shindai Ren Yang. Well, it's a reskin version of Shindai Ren, except it is so rare that it's really hard to get. And Shindai Ren Yang is not the only bloodline in this category that's elite. Another perfect example would be Kagoku Platinum, a bloodline that you can also only get as a true limited. But this brings up the question, how do you get a true limited? Well, a true limited is a bloodline that is so rare that it doesn't even pop up in the limited bloodline shop, and you can't get it from spinning. So how would you get this bloodline? Well, to get this bloodline, it is actually a lot harder than you think, because what you have to do is you have to wait until Rel Games puts all the limiteds back on. Now, what do I mean by this? So what Rel Games will do is they will actually put all the bloodlines on sale and spinnable. So there's like a time when they'll put all the limited bloodlines in the spins, and you can even get bloodlines like Forge, Shindai Ren Yang, Kagoku Platinum, and other rare bloodlines. But when does this happen? Well, I'll tell you guys what, this doesn't happen that often, because when it did happen, it happened like 6 months ago, I think the last time it happened, and that's actually how I got those bloodlines. Not only could you spin for them, but you can buy them with Robux for like 300 Robux a pop, which means I bought Shindai Ren Yang for 300 Robux. But again, these bloodlines are now so rare because of the fact that they're so hard to get, because you have to wait, well, like 6 months to a year, because Rel Games won't do this unless something huge is happening. But does this mean it can happen? It does mean it can happen. So how do we answer the question of how to get a true limited, or any limited, for free at that? Well, the answer is pretty simple. You have to wait until that time when they put all the limiteds back. But there's one more thing I want to talk about real quickly, because there's one more category that just is kind of strange. Okay, think about it like this. So we're gonna go to a bloodline here for a second. Shindai Akuma. Now the rarity of this is 1 out of 40, but how come I've never gotten this before? I've gotten so many other bloodlines, but I've never gotten this from spins. Well, there's a very simple answer to this, and the answer is that you don't get this from spinning either. Okay, but why does this have a rarity of 1 out of 40? Well, because this isn't the rarity from spinning for it. This is a different kind of rarity. Because look at what it says next to it. It doesn't say element or bloodline. It says dungeon next to it. And certain bloodlines are going to say dungeon next to them. But what does that mean? Well, what this means is that there's a certain game mode called dungeons. So dungeons is a Shindo Life game mode that pretty much allows you to kill a bunch of enemies, and you get rewards for that. You get rel coins, you get Rio, and stuff like that. But what does this bloodline have to do with that game mode? Well, first of all, this isn't the only bloodline. I'm about to show you guys in a second, but there's a whole group of bloodlines that you can only get from doing this mode. And that chance you saw for that bloodline, that was a dungeon bloodline, yeah, that was actually the chance for it dropping by doing this. So as you can see, it says Diosenko 1 out of 60. There's a 1 out of 60 chance here that you will get Diosenko, and there's also an extremely rare chance that you get a free game pass from this as well. Same thing with this, you get Aharaki Jokai 1 out of 70, Tengoku 1 out of 65, 1 out of 70 for Sengoku, and a 1 out of 70 for Rengoku. Now, these are old bloodlines that you can only get from doing these, but how do I have these bloodlines if I've never done this? Well, same thing of how you get the true limited as well. You wait until they put them back on the shop. Now, I think you could get these from the limited bloodline shop, although I'm not 100%, but I think you can if I'm not mistaken. I'm not 100%, but yeah, you can also get Bankai Akuma from here, Riken Shizen, Ran Rengoku, Shindai Akuma, Eastwood Karashi, and Jeremaki Azur. All these from doing the dungeons. And you also get rel coins and stuff, obviously, but there's also that rare chance of you getting a free Shindo Life Game Pass. So that's pretty interesting. So with all the stuff that we discovered in this video, we're gonna ask that question. Can you get all of these bloodlines for free from spinning? Well, the answer is yes. Like I said earlier, Rel Games will put all these bloodlines back on the thing at the same time, so you could buy any bloodline you want with Robux, or you can spin for every single bloodline. That's why you saw some of those true limiteds have the rarity chance, because those rarities are used for when they're on sale during this time and when you can spin for them. But again, this is a very slim chance, but if you guys really want to see it, I recommend you go to Rel Games Twitter page and you just I don't know, spam them, I guess. Okay, don't spam them, that's a joke, that's a joke. If you want to ask them, I guess, to pull the true limiteds back up, you could do that. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. Let me know down below which bloodline you want to get and why you want to get it. But yeah, guys, that's it for now. Peace out, guys. Bye bye.